Hello, and welcome to Listen and Practice English. Today's lesson is about something you use every single day, everyday greetings and small talk. Whether you are meeting someone for the first time, seeing a friend at the store, or chatting with a coworker in the morning, knowing how to greet people and make light conversation is one of the most important skills in English. So get comfortable, listen carefully, and let's get started together. Before we learn the phrases, let's understand what small talk actually means. Small talk is short, friendly, and casual conversation about everyday topics. It is not a deep or serious discussion. It is light, warm, and comfortable. You use small talk when you meet someone new, when you pass a neighbor on the street, when you are waiting in line, or when you start a conversation at work. In English-speaking cultures, small talk is extremely common and very important. It helps people feel relaxed, build friendships, and show that they are friendly and approachable. So even though it sounds small, it plays a very big role in real-life communication. Now let's learn the most basic and important part of any conversation, saying hello. There are many ways to greet someone in English, and the right one depends on the situation. Hello is the most classic and universal greeting. You can use it with anyone in any situation. Hi is a little more casual and is perfect for people you already know. Hey is very informal and is best used with close friends. Then we have time-based greetings. You say good morning from when you wake up until around 12 o'clock noon. You say good afternoon from noon until around 6 in the evening. And you say good evening after 6 o'clock. These time-based greetings sound very polite and natural, and native speakers use them all the time. Now, let's practice. Say each one out loud. Hello. Hi. Hey. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Well done. You are already sounding like a natural English speaker. After saying hello, the next thing people almost always say is, "How are you?" This is one of the most common phrases in the English language, and there are many different ways to say it. You can say, "How are you?" which is the most standard version. You can also say, "How are you doing?" which sounds a little more relaxed and conversational. "How's it going?" is another very popular option, especially in casual situations. "What's up?" is very informal and is mostly used between friends. And "How have you been?" is perfect when you are meeting someone you haven't seen in a long time. Now, when someone asks you, "How are you?" they usually expect a short and positive answer. You do not need to explain everything about your day. A simple and warm response is always enough. You can say, "I'm good, thanks. And you?" Or, "Pretty well, thank you." Or, "Not bad at all. How about you?" Notice that after giving your answer, you always ask the question back. That is very natural in English and shows that you are interested in the other person too. Now let's listen to a full conversation between two people meeting in the morning. Listen carefully to how they greet each other, how they respond, and how the conversation flows naturally. Tom says, "Hey Sarah, good morning." Sarah replies, "Oh, hi Tom, good morning. How are you doing?" Tom says, "I'm doing great, thanks. It's such a beautiful day today, isn't it?" Sarah answers, "It really is. I love this weather. Are you heading to work?" Tom says, "Yes, just started my morning walk. Well, have a wonderful day." And Sarah finishes with, "You too. Take care." That was a perfect example of a natural English greeting. They said hello, asked how the other person was doing, made a small comment about the weather, and ended with a warm and friendly goodbye. Everything was simple, light, and very natural. Now listen to the conversation one more time, and this time, try to repeat each line out loud along with the speakers. So now you know how to say hello and ask how someone is doing. But what do you actually talk about after that? There are some topics that are very popular for small talk in English, and knowing them will help you keep any conversation going. The most popular small talk topic of all is the weather. People talk about the weather everywhere, especially in places like the United Kingdom and the United States. You can say things like, "It's so cold today, isn't it?" Or, "Lovely weather we're having." Another great topic is work or school. You can ask, "So, what do you do for work?" Or, "How's school going these days?" Weekend plans are also a very natural topic. Try saying, "Any plans for the weekend?" Or, "Did you do anything fun last weekend?" You can also talk about recent news or local events. For example, "Did you catch the game last night?" Or, "Have you tried that new restaurant downtown?" And finally, giving someone a genuine compliment is always a wonderful conversation starter. Something like, "I love your jacket," or "You have such a great energy about you," makes people feel good and opens the door to a friendly chat. All of these topics are safe, positive, and easy, perfect for any small talk situation. People generally love to talk about themselves and their experiences. So if you ask one good question and listen carefully to the answer, the conversation will almost run itself. Try something like, "Oh, wow, that sounds amazing. How long have you been doing that?" You will be surprised how easily the conversation flows from there. One of the biggest challenges in small talk is knowing what to say to keep the conversation alive. Here are some very useful phrases that will help you do exactly that. To show that you are interested and engaged, you can say, "Oh, really?" Or, "That's so interesting." Or, "Wow, I didn't know that." These little phrases tell the other person that you are listening and that you care about what they are saying. To agree with someone, you can use expressions like, "Absolutely," "I totally agree," "Exactly," or "You're so right about that." These show that you are on the same page and help the conversation feel comfortable and friendly. To ask follow-up questions and learn more, try saying, "And then what happened?" Or, "How did that go?" Or, "What did you think of it?" Follow-up questions are incredibly powerful because they show genuine interest and they encourage the other person to keep talking. Here is a very useful tip. Let's listen to another conversation. This time, two colleagues are arriving at the office on a Monday morning. James says, "Morning, Sarah. How was your weekend?" Sarah replies, "Hey, it was great actually. I went hiking with my family. What about you?" James says, "Oh, nice. I mostly stayed home and relaxed. We really needed it after last week." Sarah laughs and says, "Tell me about it. That was such a crazy week. Well, are you ready for another one?" James laughs too and says, "I guess so. Let's do this. See you at the meeting." And Sarah finishes with, "See you there." That conversation felt very real and natural, didn't it? They talked about their weekends, shared a little laugh about the busy week, and ended the conversation in a positive and energetic way. This is exactly what good small talk looks like in a real workplace. It is warm, it is human, and it makes the day a little brighter for everyone involved. A kind goodbye can leave a lasting impression, and it makes the other person feel valued and respected. Even something as simple as, "Have a wonderful day," can make someone smile for the rest of the afternoon. Knowing how to end a conversation is just as important as knowing how to start one. Sometimes you are in a hurry, or the conversation has reached a natural stopping point, and you need to say goodbye in a way that feels warm and respectful. Here are some great phrases you can use. "Well, it was really great talking to you," is a classic and always sounds sincere. "I should get going, but let's catch up again soon." Lets the person know you enjoyed the conversation and want to continue it another time. "Take care, have a great day," is simple, warm, and always leaves a positive impression. "It was so nice meeting you," is perfect for when you have just met someone for the first time. And, "All right, I'll let you get back to it. Talk soon," is a very considerate way to end things, especially when you can see the other person is busy. The most important thing is to always end on a positive and warm note. Now it is your turn to practice. Imagine that you are walking through a supermarket and you suddenly see an old friend. You have not seen this person in about 6 months. Think about what you would say. Start with a greeting. Then ask how they have been. Choose one small talk topic to chat about, maybe their family, their job, or something fun they have done recently. And then end the conversation in a polite and friendly way. Take a moment right now to think about your answer before we continue. Here is one example of how that conversation might sound. You say, "Oh my goodness, hey! It is so good to see you. How have you been?" Your friend answers that they have been well and just came back from a holiday. You say, "Oh wow, that sounds amazing. Where did you go?" They tell you and you respond, "That is fantastic. I would love to hear more about it. Listen, I do not want to hold you up, but it was so wonderful running into you. Let's grab a coffee soon." They agree, and you finish with, "Perfect! Take care, and I hope to see you soon." That is a warm, natural, and confident English conversation. And with just a little practice, you can do exactly that. Before we finish, let's go over some of the key vocabulary from today's lesson. A greeting is a word or phrase used to welcome or acknowledge someone. Examples include hello, hi, and good morning. Small talk refers to light and casual conversation about everyday topics that are easy and comfortable to discuss. To catch up with someone means to talk with a person you have not seen in a while and share news about your lives. A follow-up question is a question you ask after hearing someone's answer in order to learn more about what they said. And a farewell is a way of saying goodbye to someone. Common farewells in English include take care, see you soon, and have a great day. These are all words and expressions that you will use regularly in real English conversations. The more you practice them, the more natural and confident you will feel when using them. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson on everyday greetings and small talk. Let's take a moment to review everything we covered. We learned a variety of ways to say hello, including greetings for different times of the day. We practiced asking, "How are you?" and giving short, natural responses. We explored the most popular small talk topics, including weather, work, weekend plans, and compliments. We learned useful phrases for showing interest, agreeing, and asking follow-up questions. We listened to 2 full conversations to hear how natural English greetings sound in real life. And we learned how to end a conversation in a warm and polite way. Remember, language learning takes time and practice, and every single conversation you have is a step forward. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. The most important thing is that you try. So the next time you see someone, smile, say hello, and give small talk a try. You might just make their day a little brighter. Thank you so much for watching and practicing with us today. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like and subscribe so you never miss a new episode. Until next time, keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep speaking English. Goodbye for now.